Happy holidays and welcome to Dem Bahamians Christmas Show. Today we're going to bring you a taste of the islands of the Bahamas. Our first guest is going to be Jasmine Thomas, a classical soprano singer. Okay, I'd like to welcome Jasmine to the stage. And dancing with Jasmine is going to be Raphael Thomas. And they're going to be singing Hallelujah, the Hallelujah song by Mozart. Hello again, that was Jasmine Thomas, classical soprano, and Raphael Thomas dancing to Hallelujah and Jasmine singing to it. Okay, next on the show, we're going to have Jasmine and again. She's going to sing I'll Be Home for Christmas.
I'll be home for Christmas. You can plan on me. Please have snow and mistletoe and presents underneath the tree. Christmas Eve will find me where the love likely I'll be home for Christmas. If only in my dreams. Oh, I'll be home for have snow and mistletoe and presents underneath the tree. Christmas Eve will find me. Can count on me. I'll be home for Christmas. If only in my
I'll Be Home for Christmas, sung by Jasmine. That was Jasmine Thomas singing I'll Be Home for Christmas. And I hope that I'll be going to Bahamas for the Christmas to see Bahamas Junk Canoe. And I hope that I can bring all my audience with me and those who are watching back home. Next on the show is going to be Jasmine again. And she's going to be joined by Raphael. And they're going to be singing All I Want for Christmas by Mariah Carey.
I don't want a lot for Christmas. There is just one thing I need. I don't care about the presents underneath the Christmas tree. I just want you for my own, more than you will ever know. Make my wish come true. All I want for Christmas is you. I don't want a lot for Christmas. There is just one thing I need. Don't care about the presents underneath the Christmas tree. I wanna make a list and send it to the North Pole or St. Nick. Santa Claus won't see me happy with a toy on Christmas Day. I just want you for my own, holding on to me so tight. What more can I do? All I want for Christmas is you. I don't want a lot for Christmas. There is just one thing I need. Don't care about the presents underneath the Christmas tree. I just want you for my own, more than you could ever know. With the toy on Christmas Day, I just want you for my own, more than you could ever know. Make my wish come true. All I want for Christmas is you. Whoa, all the lights are shining so brightly everywhere, and the sound of children laughter fills the air. Oh yeah, Santa, won't you come, come? Oh, I don't ask for much this Christmas. There is just one thing I need. Don't care about the presents underneath the Christmas tree. I just want you for my own, more than you would ever know. Make my wish come true. All I want for Christmas is you.
That was beautiful, Jasmine and Raphael. All I Want for Christmas. Oh, that was absolutely beautiful. And I hope that folks back home can enjoy that. I'm sure the audience enjoyed that. Let's give her another clap. Yeah, show a lot of appreciation. Jasmine has been a wonderful supporter of the Bahamian community, and she's our favorite, and we really appreciate her support. Anytime we need a singer, we call on Jasmine. And we also now have someone else we can call on, Raphael Thomas. We're most appreciative of your support and your being here with us, celebrating Dem Bahamians Christmas.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank
welcome. And I want to welcome my guests. We have a few members from the Bahamian American community and also the Bahamian American Cultural Society. I want to welcome you all to the show. It's our first Dem Bahamians Christmas show, and I hope you're enjoying the show. Okay? And after this last song, it's called Holiday by Jasmine, singing. It's by Madonna. And Raphael will be joining her again. And after that, stay tuned. We're going to have an interview so you can get to know Jasmine as well as Raphael. Okay, so we're going to have Jasmine singing Holiday, and Raphael, who is a contemporary hip-hop dancer, will dance to the music. Okay, welcome, Jasmine and Raphael.
I just want to take the time out to wish everyone a wonderful and blessed Christmas. Everyone is familiar with this song.
Holiday, celebrate.
appreciative of this opportunity. Merry Christmas and God bless everyone.
Happy holidays once again, and welcome to Dem Bahamians Christmas Show. My guest is Jasmine Thomas, classical soprano, and Raphael Thomas, contemporary pop dancer. Welcome, both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Okay, Jasmine, let me ask you, how has it been going for you since you left school? How long has it been? A year? 2 years?
Couple of, 2 years.
2 years?
Yes.
Okay.
Couple of years since I've graduated from college, and I've had a wonderful run. I'm currently a freelance singer.
Okay.
And I've gotten work. I've done wonderful things. I've gone to Argentina, sang with the Harlem Opera Theater. I've sang in a couple of operas with the New Jersey Verismo Opera, and I've done some individual engagements as well.
Great. And then recently you just finished a play.
Yes, The Notorious E.B. Scrooge, written by George Faison,
Right.
Emmy and Tony Award winning choreographer and producer.
Right.
And it was a wonderful show.
And he's at the Firehouse Theater in Harlem.
Yes, he is.
Right, Faison Firehouse Theater.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Thank
and
you.
How has that been for you?
It was a wonderful experience. It really helped me to understand working 5 days, 5 shows.
Okay.
And it just keeps you on your feet. It keeps you ready, it keeps you prepared. And just working with Faison, watching him put together a show is just wonderful to see. Really, really insightful and a great learning experience as well.
Yeah, well, George invited me to watch the show last Sunday, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I'm glad I came. And I saw Raphael. When I saw you first, I said, that place looked familiar. But yes, I saw you also in the play. And I think it was well done, beautifully done.
Thank you very much.
And I'm really glad that, and a lot of young artists,
Yes.
which is very encouraging to see that he chose a young cast to present that play. I wish a lot of folks had also, saw it, but he's going to be doing a lot of other stuff.
Yes, he
and
is.
I hope that folks will go out and watch his website
I really do
and
too.
watch what he's doing, because he's doing some really fabulous shows in Harlem.
Yes,
Yes.
amazing.
Okay. Raphael, tell me something about yourself. You're a contemporary hip-hop dancer. Explain that to me.
How can I put that together? Well, honestly, I've been in technical dance from when I was young, 6 years old, at Asbury Park Technical Academy of Dance in Asbury, New Jersey. Now, I've gone to many schools here in New York. Just naming a few is just Alvin Ailey. I've gone to Alvin Ailey. I've gone to Dance Theater of Harlem. In Pennsylvania, I've gone to the Rock School. In Washington, D.C., I've gone to Kirov. But at the time, I was more so pushed into doing that, being technical, like you have to do this, you have to make sure you're doing your jazz, your tap. Tap is funny, it's actually the one thing that I was doing the most when I was younger. But my dance instructor, she told me if I wanted to get any better, you have to put those tights on, you have to point your feet, you have to learn how to pull up, you have to go through the fundamentals. And so eventually as time went on, I grew to like it, but I then found something else that I loved even more, and that's hip hop, that's rhythm, that's movement, that's groove. And it's not to say that you can't find that in African dance per se, or modern dance, or the dances of the world right now. But it was something about hip hop that heavily influenced me at the age of like 13. And then from then on, I learned boogaloo style, popping, locking, crumping, gliding, bruck up, which is a derivative of a Jamaican dance, where I was born. And so it was taken from there and actually intertwined and combined with boogaloo style and popping to give you a style that we have now called bruck up, or mainly done in Brooklyn. I mean, it's done all over, but Brooklyn is where it's finessed a lot more. So I used that style and fused it with my technical aspect. And so I'm in a company right now with Rhapsody James
Okay.
called Rhapsody on Dance. And it's a contemporary jazz, street jazz fusion, a multitude of different techniques and flavors just all into one. And so that's where I derive my contemporary jazz.
Okay, and where are you performing now? Where is that? Here in
We
Manhattan or?
We actually do perform. Our last show was actually in Queens, actually at LaGuardia Performing Arts Center over in, over in Queens. I'm sorry, yeah.
Over in Queens,
And
okay.
that was our last show. Before that, we were in Lower Manhattan, actually doing a venue over there too. Performed a showcase called Human Metabolism, and it just showcased the fact that like we're all human and we all go through certain things, and we can't hide ourselves from these true facets. We have to face them and actually approach them as they are.
Right.
If not that, then you'll conquer, you'll be overcome by them, and then who knows what else could happen. So it's just showing your true self. You just want to release. It's just a
Okay.
release.
Now you said the Brooklyn dance.
Yeah,
What-
it's a Brooklyn dance scene or dance culture called Brook Up, and if you can look it up on YouTube, or you can if you go to Brooklyn at times and then like ask somebody else on the street maybe, or even on the train cars, you can see a lot of people doing like bone breaking, but the way that the body moves is a lot different. It's almost alien-like. It's very internal, and you put yourself and your body in so many different positions, in so many, I don't know, it may feel, how do you say, distorting ways that to the viewer, it's almost interpreted as like, how do you do that? How is it that your body is moving as such? But to us, it's like, it's natural movement for us. It's how we feel, And so that's the other side.
So
that
you're
I've
moving
taken
with the
from.
spirit, or are you moving with the music?
I'm moving with both.
You're moving with both.
But first,
Okay.
definitely the spirit.
The spirit,
Because
okay,
that's
okay.
definitely where it's all coming from.
Okay.
But then once the spirit mixes with the music, that's a whole different blend, and you get so much variation from that. But
Okay.
of course, first is definitely the spirit. Yeah.
Okay. That's like, the spirit of Christmas. So you have to really get into the spirit of Christmas and feel it.
It's
It's
true.
not just shopping. It's feeling the spirit
No.
of Christmas. And I think that, I hope that our show today brings spirit to our audiences, and, so
Yeah.
that they really get the real spirit of Christmas. So did you incorporate some of that Brooklyn dance into today's performance?
A little bit, a
little-
little bit. Couldn't do too much because one, sometimes you have to listen to the music really, and if you put something where it's not really supposed to be or it doesn't fit, it won't flow exactly. So for this particular show and with her music, it could have been intertwined. I used definitely some popping antics, some locking, but for me to do any of that Brook Up style stuff, it had to be the type of music to do it. The opera portion, the first one, the Hallelujah song, it definitely could have been used, but it's how I felt at the time. And the way that my body felt at the time wasn't to do anything so much distorting. It felt more uplifting, more so than my body would move, instead of trying to just contort and be in so much. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to be more outward than to be
Okay.
in.
I thought that your performance in that was really beautifully done.
Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
it's very nice.
Thank
very,
you.
very nice.
Yeah, I had to incorporate some of the street jazz antics as well, because especially for her other songs as well, they were a little bit more upbeat, and in order for me to even compensate for that with my dancing as well, I have to be upbeat too. I have to feel it in my energy and my soul as well. So her music carried me along as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So you feel, so she gave you the spirit.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Okay. So Jasmine, have you sang to, someone in the background dancing like we did today? Have you done that often? Or,
I actually did that one time for a young lady's senior recital at Purchase College,
okay.
and she was a dancer of your caliber. And
Thank you.
I basically sang Negro spirituals and some, gospel groans as she danced. And it was actually very beautiful.
Okay.
Everything just synchronized, and it really became really a beautiful senior recital.
Yeah, it's beautiful. We know that it's different from the singer dancing solo, you know, and to see you in the background singing to the music was really beautiful. I mean, it's something. Is that something new? Is that on the cutting edge? Is that something?
Why not? Take it, you know, everything. Sometimes great things are born through improvisation and just going with it, going with the flow.
And then, you know, too, I think it's like it's the young folks, you know, feeling the environment and what the environment is saying, you know. And I think that, you know, Brooklyn has its own thing. Is there something in Harlem?
Probably is. I mean, I haven't, Harlem in itself has like its own eclecticness as well.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like there's so much in Harlem that like, I mean, there's not one stamp you could even put on it. Exactly. And just like it goes for Jersey or anywhere else, like everywhere has their own staple. Everywhere has their own, you know.
Very true.
Interesting.
Own culture.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Very
true.
Very interesting. Yeah. So, what other plays have you participated in, Raphael?
Besides the tri-state, I've actually been abroad in Japan. I was actually going there for school for a little bit, for 6 months. And funny thing is, I wanted to keep up my ballet while I was over there because I knew my dance instructor would have killed me if I came back and I was technique-less for 6 months, which wouldn't have happened, but you know, you dwindle over time after a 6-month period. And so I found a ballet school over in Japan. It was roughly 2-3 train stops over from where I lived, and they welcomed me right away. It was called ABC Tokyo. It's an Austrian ballet company, Tokyo, and it was run by this the director, Christian Martineau, and he took me in right away. He actually got in contact with my mom. Actually got in contact with him. I'm surprised she even made that phone call because that must have been an interesting bill. But she made the phone call, got in contact, we hooked it up, and then I started taking classes with them, and I actually got to perform a variation from Swan Lake with them in like this big opera setting in Tokyo, and it was amazing. It was really amazing. And then down the line I got to choreograph for them, and they took one of my pieces during their Australia leg and their tour over in Australia, and they premiered it over there. So it felt really good knowing that they called me. They're like, yeah, we finally did our show in Australia. We had a big hit. One of your pieces was amazing. I was like, wow, this is something amazing. And then I actually got to teach hip hop myself over there, or what I could give to them at the time, because I was learning from them, of course. And then I just tried to follow up with as much as I could. I did my own research at the time too. I was like, hey, if I'm going to be teaching somebody else, I have to do my research to then give somebody else something else too.
Right.
And after that time, I wasn't really supposed to be teaching because I was a student, but you know, it was fun, and it actually helped me with my Japanese a bit more too, because I had to give so many instructions in Japanese, and then doing all these stuff like transitions. It was cool. It was definitely.
Now, if I had known the subject matter before tonight, I would have brought some Bahamian music to see you, you know, dance to that. So, you know, maybe that may be something we might be able to collaborate on. You know, dancing to, you know,
no problem.
Seems like a great teacher.
Yeah,
Thank
and it's beautiful. I mean, that's a wonderful experience to travel and to dance and to learn from another culture. You know, I mean, that's what it's all about. And through one's culture is how you get to be in tune to who they are and where how they're thinking. You know.
Exactly.
Yeah, and also get the feeling of the environment. You know, that's very interesting. Yeah. So, Jasmine, what's up next time? What are you into after anything after next week coming up?
Well,
that we should know.
I'm taking a break currently because every artist needs a break to get themselves together, collect themselves and their thoughts, and then I'm getting back on the road. And who knows? I'm a very spontaneous person, and I like to keep things, you know, open. So, and I also do believe in God and Him intercepting in your life.
Right.
So I don't really worry about it. I just wish for the best and hope for the best.
Right. Yeah.
Yes.
So, Was this their first play that you performed in, or have you played another? Have you performed in other plays?
Yes. This was probably the third engagement that I did with Faison, because he had us do a recital last year
Okay.
and the year before. Singers from the Harlem Opera Theater,
Okay.
and I've done many operas as well. The Magic Flute. I've done Johnny Skiki. So that's in my repertoire as well.
Okay. That's
Aida.
Aida.
Verdi's Aida. I played the High Priestess
Okay.
in Verdi's Aida, and it was on stage with full chorus and full costumes. Amazing moment. I played Puccini, his operas, Verdi, and I'm just continuing on with it.
Good, good,
Yeah.
good. Yeah, you're mixing it up. You're getting
Mixing it up.
a wide experience
Yes.
to move on. Now, if you were to ask, if you were to be asked by someone who would like to become a classical singer, what would you advise some youngster? Do you have male classical singers?
Oh yes,
You do?
phenomenal male classical
Okay.
singers, and we need more. Actually, we need more in the tenor department. It's a lot of. There seems to be a lot of baritones, but when it comes to tenors, like it's a rarity.
Yeah.
So, but I would encourage young singers looking to start to. Let me see. Let me give it time to think about this. But to really think about working hard. Working hard is the key, and it's not only just how you sing, but the other time that you take to prepare your languages, and the acting, the dancing as well, because now they're looking for a well-rounded opera singer, not just someone who can sing, but someone who can act, interact with the audience, and to give a full performance, 360. So I would encourage a young person to really think about it and to dedicate, make the decision to really dedicate themselves. And there are no shortcuts. It's really all about dedication and commitment.
I think it's also being open to all the different opportunities.
Yes,
that's
as well.
available.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because you also learn from different things. Because I'm actually a cosmetologist, and too as well. Because I have a degree in music and I have a cosmetology license.
Okay.
And I've learned so much about art through cosmetology, and just line and dimension, 360 overall scheme of things. So that has helped me in a great way just to develop myself artistically. And I think that's also another key in becoming a great artist, what you bring to the table, your artistry, how different you are from everyone else.
What language should one learn or take, study in order to be a classical?
I would say good luck, because you're going to have to dedicate a lot of time learning French, learning Italian, and learning German, because those are the three languages that you must have in order to open or go through the gate of opera music. Because, and that's one thing that I can say my school prepared me with, the languages, because it's not easy. It took me a year to learn full Italian, another year to learn full German, and I'm still laying the icing over the cake.
Okay.
But it takes a lot of dedication. That's why, you know what I mean? It takes a lot of dedication. It takes a lot of focus and commitment. But
So as a youngster, when did you start singing?
I've started singing since I was 6 years old.
6 years
Full
old.
songs too. And from then on, I just kept going. 10 years old, I sang with an orchestra, a solo with an orchestra and with choir, the Chichester Psalms. And I've sang at Lincoln Center. So I've had a kind of a career at a very young, age.
Okay.
And I started my career out at a very young age. That's when when you're younger, you don't notice. You know how it is, right? Like, you're not shy. You're not afraid to do it. 'Cause it's just in that
Yes.
young person's mind. You have that baby brain that is just like, it goes with the instincts. It's instinctual. So, but I've kept going.
Mm-hmm. So are you from a family that sings, or you just pick it up yourself? And
Good. Yes,
And-
everyone. There's several singers in the family, fabulous singers too.
okay,
My mother sings as well.
your mother sings as well.
Yeah, she sings. She has a beautiful voice.
Okay,
Everyone has the goods, so we were blessed with the goods from heaven. So thank God for that.
okay, okay. So Christmas time, it should be quite a joyous time in the house. You all get together to sing.
Yes, we sing, do a little improv here and there.
Uh-huh.
In the past, I know we've incorporated the music a lot.
Yes, of course, the
And-
family sang at the Bahamas Culture Day.
Yes, so you're aware of
yeah.
everything.
Yeah,
But
just
the
remember
family-
that. I had forgotten it for a minute there.
Yes, and so the
Yeah.
family sings, and music is a part of us, and
Mhm,
just
mhm.
in general, the African American culture is just a big part of us.
Right, right.
So
yeah. How about
yes.
you, Raphael? Is someone in your family was a dancer, or
Dancer.
is a dancer?
It would have to be my grandfather.
Or your grandfather?
My grandfather on my mom's side.
Okay.
He taught ballroom dancing a lot.
okay.
And I feel like that's probably through him that I got all my dancing from, because my mom and my father, they don't dance at all. My
Ah.
sister actually danced too, but we're the only two in our family that actually dance. And I think that's the only person that I know of in my family that's actually, been dancing. He actually still teaches ballroom from time to time in his old
Okay.
age, but
Or maybe that you
yeah,
know of.
yeah, that I know of.
You know,
I haven't really
sometimes-
asked, but that's the only person that I actually do know of is my grandfather.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So your sister dance professionally?
No, he doesn't dance professionally.
No,
He
your
just-
sister.
Oh, my sister? No. I don't think she wanted to take that route. She was very good at it. She was very, very good at it. But she is actually a horticulturalist. She likes designing flowers. She likes
Okay.
planting, and she likes arrangements. She does all of that, and they're beautiful arrangements. She does catering events, the whole nine. But that's her passion. Besides dance too, I love art. I love illustration. That's my other passion too. Yeah. So I have those two different variants, and then sometimes me and my sister, we collab on certain things. It's like, I'll make business cards for you. I'll do like the graphic work for you. You do all the hard labor and all the work. But it's
Yeah.
not hard labor because she loves it, And it's not work if you love it, Just like how you
Right.
love to sing, how I love to dance. It's not our work, It's just our passion, So, yeah.
So what's next for you, Raphael? What are you going to be doing?
For me, I'm actually finishing up my undergrad tomorrow. Well, I'm graduating. Well, I'm done with school tomorrow, as of now. And then maybe in the next few years, I'll go back for my master's. But it's going to be in BFA in illustration. And then I'll probably go back. I want to actually go to SVA, School of Visual Arts, to do my master's in illustration. But afterwards, that's like a long way from now. But I want to actually travel. I want to travel through dance, definitely.
You're going to keep up dancing?
Yes,
Uh-huh,
of course. I'm never going to put that away until they give out.
Okay, okay. So
still-
you're
That's
really,
right.
really
Yeah.
enjoying dancing.
I love it. I love
Okay,
it.
okay.
Yeah,
Uh-huh,
yeah, I love it.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Interesting. Yeah. And so when you dance, does it come from the heart and it flows out? Your movement tells you, how
It's
your hand should go.
it's just like you said, spirit, and the spirit it's not solid, so it's always constantly moving. You're always varying. So from the spirit itself, since it's constantly moving within me, and once it hits something that it likes itself, that's what tells me to move. That's
Yeah.
where my body goes, and this is where my head may tilt. This is where my chest may pull itself up. This is where my body may relax. It's all from the spirit. But yes, the spirit then goes through the heart,
Yeah.
and then from the heart, that's where I get my joy, and that's when I love to do it so much. Just like we were dancing when I was dancing right behind her, I was just like, oh my gosh. It's so weird because like sometimes it takes a hold of you without you even realizing it at a time. Because I may be doing a step and I'm still putting my heart into it, but then at the same time it's just like this step feels differently now, and I have to change it this way because this is how the spirit is telling me to move.
Right,
This is how
right.
my heart feels right now. This is how I'm enjoying the step. So it's from the spirit then to the heart and then out.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, that reminds me, going to Junkanoo. We're into the season of Junkanoo in Bahamas. Looking forward to Junkanoo. And when the groups hit your area, You know, you're on these bleachers,
Yeah.
and it's surprising to see how everybody starts moving.
Yeah.
So you know, they all get the spirit, and they move, and you know, those persons who are probably seeing Junkanoo for the first time, they're
They don't
moving too.
understand. Yeah.
You know, the drums and the bugles and the cowbells, all of those in sync, really, you know, hits the spirit, and you just can't stand.
Exactly.
You just can't stand there. So I'm feeling what you're saying, and I'm really I'm moving too.
Hey, yes.
Because
yes.
you're giving the energy off from even from your dancing. I've been, you know, watching. I was
Thank you.
really, you know, within a certain frame. You know, is that a part of you know, when you dance, that you stay within a certain frame? You don't,
Yeah.
you know,
the
it's kind of
thing is,
spread out. You
this-
stay.
Because the thing is, like, the artist is the main focus. I'm just framing, honestly. I'm still having my fun, definitely, in my space in the back, but at the same time, too, I'm putting this frame around the artist. And the artist is what has to actually shine in the forefront, because
Right.
she's delivering the most power. She's
I
delivering.
love how you understand.
Yeah. Like it's because I've been on numerous jobs before doing the same thing. I've worked with various artists before too, and even though we're backup dancers, we still carry some kind of weight along with the artist, but we're an accompaniment at the same time, but we still play a huge part. So I do like the fact that I'm able to stay in this one particular spot, because then one, at the same time, it gives her space up there in the front, and then I have my space in the back. But at the same time too, I don't want to get too off of camera or too close, because it's almost like you're engaging in different energies where they don't need to be at the right time. It's all timing. It's all timing. So when I do move up at certain times, is when I see her, you know, she's in her own groove, she's doing her own thing, and that's when I'll make an approach to be like, okay, cool, now I can interact. But if it's her in her own time, in her own space, you have to give that to the artist. You can't interrupt that, because it's the same thing. If you reverse it and say the artist themselves is singing, and next thing you know, they just randomly jump back into the whole dance, it's kind of awkward. It displaces energy a little bit. But so it's just the whole energy thing, and giving respect. Giving respect. So it's just a respect thing. Yeah.
Good. Like temporary hip hop. Now, is that a group dance, or is that individual, or two persons?
It's not individual. Definitely not individual, because I feel like hip hop has taken to so many different branches now. Hip hop used to be this one thing, but now as the years went on, it started to open up and started to branch out. You no longer have like hip hop as just being hip hop. You have hip hop fusion. You have jazz hip hop. You have like maybe this funk groove hip hop. Everybody's putting their own, not to say label to it, but it kind of is a label, because it's not strictly hip hop anymore, because it's embezzled with something else. There's something else of a tint to it now that adds it to make it this other thing that supposedly it's a next level of hip hop. But the reason I say contemporary hip hop or contemporary fusion is because I want to keep the fact that I've still had the training of what I was doing when I was younger, and place it within the field that I'm doing right now. So I mean, contemporary in itself too is separated from jazz a little bit, modern. They're all still in the same thing, but they're still subject to, this is contemporary, this is jazz, this is ballet, this is tap. It's not included within the classical styles of dance.
Okay.
So what I consider myself doing right now, since I haven't trained in ballet for a little bit, contemporary movement, because the movement feels a little bit more organic,
Okay.
as it would in modern somewhat too. But it's definitely just a staple that somebody else has put onto it that I find myself being attracted or put myself
Okay.
into. Yeah.
Okay, beautiful. Well, it's been a pleasure. And
Thank
I'm
you.
really happy that you both rearranged your schedule to accompany me in this Dem Bahamians' first Christmas show. It has been a pleasure. And
Thank
maybe next time we'll probably do something else a little different.
Oh, of course.
Okay?
Certainly.
And
forward to it.
again, thank you, Jasmine.
Thank you.
You're always beautiful. Thank you, Raphael.
Thank you.
Raphael
Thank
Thomas.
you.
Are you related?
Who knows?
Who
Maybe.
knows?
Maybe.
Okay, it has really been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Okay, and there goes my Bahamian song. Yeah. Yeah.